Hello and welcome to another of our BizStream instructional videos. This video is going to focus a little bit more on what's going on in the background. We talked about this down arrow button, but what are the different things that you're able to do in this down arrow button area? Well, the first one is to be able to log out. That's probably really simple, just being able to log out, right? You're also able to access your profile. If you access your profile, you'll just see some basic content information. You could change password, etc. So again, that's pretty self-explanatory. If you go into the user management area, you're able to do various things depending on your role and the type of account that you have. So some of our accounts for agencies allow us to be able to set up areas of permission where people are able to do different things, but they're able to have their activity monitored, etc. So don't worry too much about user management. That's not going to be something you have to really be concerned with. And then in the settings area, that can be a little deceiving because there's so much that's going on in here. And we focused a lot on what's going on inside BizStream, but there are a number of other things that really take place in order for BizStream to really become the powerful tool that it is. One of the things that you'll see here is being able to connect social accounts to it. We talked about Google Analytics before and being able to do the Google Analytics, being able to add in that ID and being able to track that when it's going to your website, etc. We also talked about adding in your Facebook account, your Twitter account. Now, the great thing about BizStream is if you don't have these already set up, there's going to be a little message bar that's going to pop up here, and it's going to say, hey, you need to connect your Twitter API, your Facebook API, and there are some instructions that are here, etc. So that's one of the things, account settings. That's really key. We'll get into that in a separate video. The keyword settings. So this can be a little bit confusing because we've got our must-have keywords. These are our core settings in here, our must-have keywords for the different social conversations that we're pulling out, the keyword magnets. Then we've got our sentiment compare keywords. And again, we're going to get into that separately. But if you're comparing two different brands, two different keywords, and you want to see, what the sentiment is. Is it positive? Is it negative? Is it likely to have odds in favor of? And we'll get into that a little bit separate. But this is where you put those sentiment compare keywords. The news keywords. Hey, we're looking at Series A funded companies. We're looking at startups. These are going to correspond to the types of news that we're pulling out of here. Tech startups get finance boost thanks to Boeing in 1776, right? So you got startups, you've got Series A funded. If we keep going down, we can find a lot of other things. I think you understand how that kind of works. When we click edit here, we're able to edit this information. The industry area, these are those algorithms I mentioned to you before that are moving in the background, depending on what sector you are in the market. So we've got a lot of different industry algorithms, and the work that you do inside and the way in which you put a thumbs up or thumbs down on different types of tweets or content or what have you, that's going to influence the way in which those algorithms learn, because this is really powered by artificial intelligence, machine learning. There is a socially intelligent component that's going on behind here. So we've got those keywords in there. But let's move from the org preferences away back to the keywords. So what we're doing here is we're setting up individual keywords around Twitter, around Facebook, where we're able to set up different types of page aliases, and we're able to be taking a look and saying, okay, here's what I want to be tracking on Twitter as a keyword, and this is what's going to come in later on into those campaigns that you're doing. So that's why it's important to have your must-have keywords, but then we also set up keywords individually for Facebook and Twitter. Then we get into our competitor settings. So before, we spoke in another video, we spoke about what you can do with the competitor setting and how powerful it can be. In this area, we're actually able to enter in the competitor's name. We're able to put in their Twitter handle. We're able to put in their Facebook page alias. This enables us to start tracking them, to start tracking the conversations, for that to be brought into your BizStream. So it's a very personalized experience. They're your competitors. They're not just anybody's competitors. They're your competitors. So you're able to understand that. We went through campaign settings before. What's great about the search bar is if you typed in Hootsuite or BuzzSumo, or we had a number of competitors and it was going on to another page and they weren't here, then by using this search bar and just putting that in the same way you'd use a search engine, it's going to be dynamic. You're going to immediately pull up that type of account. You're going to be able to see it. You can easily make edits to these. So if I wanted to change, okay, I want to change Hootsuite and I don't want it to be Hootsuite. I want it to be something else. You click this edit button, you go up here, you're now getting in, you're able to change that. Again, we've got this update button. You click the update button, you're good to go. So these are some of the things that are taking place behind the scenes in this encompassing settings area. And if you have an agency account with us where you have multiple clients that you're going to be biz streaming on their behalf, helping to grow their communities, etc., then the agency module will come into play. But for most of our clients that our individual clients or small businesses or startups or entrepreneurs, that's not necessarily going to come into play. This is really for enterprise level accounts as well as other types of agencies. So this video was just to provide a little bit more of a background on what you do with this down arrow key and the different things that you're able to adjust on the back end to be able to fine tune your experience on the front end. Thanks for watching today. Keep biz streaming and have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye-bye.